Welcome again to the Texas Alliance for Life dinner, celebrating our 27th anniversary since its founding. That's right. We have a terrific audience here at the Hilton Austin, and we are also being live streamed around the world on the internet. Now, the president for Texas Alliance for Life, Davida Steik, is going to present awards to some very worthy elected officials. So, Davida, would you join me?
Okay, thank you. Well, I hope you're enjoying your dinner, and it's good. So tonight we want to publicly thank and recognize the pro-life efforts of some very outstanding legislators. First of all, I want to thank the leadership of the Texas Senate, Dan Patrick, and the Speaker of the Texas House of Representatives, Joe Straus, and the Governor of the great state of Texas, Governor Greg Abbott. We are truly blessed to have people who serve this state and its people who are pro-life. So on behalf of the Board of Directors and the Executive Director, Dr. Joe Poyman, will be helping me present these awards for our courageous defender of life. Dr. Donna Campbell authored Senate Bill 1873 and sponsored its House companion, House Bill 416. Which requires abortion facility workers to be trained to identify and assist victims of human sex trafficking. This is the first bill of its kind anywhere in the United States. Senator Campbell masterfully got this bill through the Senate with support from Democrats and Republicans, and this bill will potentially save the lives of babies and save women from sex trafficking and forced abortions. Thank you.
What an honor and a privilege it is for me to be with you tonight again. Thank you so much for this award, the Courageous Defense of Life. If you're going to defend anything, it's life. Wouldn't you agree? And if we are going to stand for something, it's our Lord. Wouldn't you agree? And we've got to keep Texas strong because, folks, there's not another Texas to move to. Wouldn't you agree?
Dr. Schwertner. Senator Dr. Charles Schwertner is the chair of the Health and Human Services Committee, which heard almost every pro-life bill that was passed this past session, including Senator Campbell's bill, House Bill 416. He also sponsored House Bill 3074, which gives patients at the end of life the right to food and water.
Good evening, everybody. It's always nice to get awards, but I accept this more in recognition of our sacred duty as legislators to defend the life of those that are the innocent and to defend our inalienable right to life, something I share with every member in this audience. I'd also like to recognize, of course, Dr. Poyman and Aaron and the whole team of Texas Alliance for Life for their great work and advocacy at the state capitol. Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Representative and Chairman Byron Cook. Representative Byron Cook is the chair of the State Affairs Committee. The State Affairs Committee considers nearly all pro-life bills in the House, most which are highly contentious and frequently attract formidable opposition. During the special session in July 2013, for example, when Chairman Cook's committee held public hearings on House Bill 2, the extremely successful pro-life bill to ban late-term abortions and vastly increase safety standards at abortion facilities. More than 3,400 opponents registered to testify against this bill, hoping to overwhelm the process through gross numbers. Chairman Cook, the State Affairs Committee, and his small staff skillfully processed the unprecedented number of witnesses without error. As everyone knows, because Chairman Cook thwarted the opponents of House Bill 2, the legislature was able to pass it and the governor was able to sign it. This session, it was Chairman Cook's committee that passed Senator Campbell's and Representative Riddle's House Bill 416, as well as end-of-life reforms, protections for minor girls seeking an abortion without parental consent, and other substantial pro-life bills. Thank you.
I just want to thank everyone here at Texas Alliance for Life and let these members know that this is an organization that actually works real hard to advance a cause that's more noble than anything else that we could do, which is sanctity of life. So thank you for helping us be successful in this legislative body. Thank you.
Representative Dr. John Zerwas is a critical member of the Texas House of Representatives leadership. As a member for the past 10 years, he works consistently and diligently behind the scenes to garner support for pro-life issues. As a medical doctor, his opinion is highly respected by his colleagues. In 2011, Dr. Zerwas was at the forefront of the effort to defund Planned Parenthood on the Appropriations Committee. Dr. Zerwas sponsored Senate Bill 7, which was the bill that successfully defunded Planned Parenthood here in Texas.
Well, thank you very much. It's truly an honor to be here with you, and I appreciate the recognition. The reality is I was just one of many, and you look at all the people in this room, and that's what the real success is here. Thank you to all of you for the recognition from Alliance for Life, but thank you for your participation in this organization. That's what makes a difference, and that's what leads to the success of things such as defunding Planned Parenthood. Thank you.
Representative Jeannie Morrison authored House Bill 3994, which substantially reforms the judicial bypass procedure for minor girls who wish to have an abortion without any parental involvement by going to court and receiving a court order from a judge. House Bill 3494 closes many of the loopholes in the law and ensures parental rights are respected and minors are protected from abortion. Thanks to Representative Morrison, Texas now has one of the most protective judicial bypass laws in the entire country.
Thank you. I want to thank all of you with Alliance for Life for all that you do. This was such an important issue for me because this is protecting not only the unborn, but this is protecting a young woman and also family members. This was a bill that was for mothers and fathers in protection of their minor daughters. And so I am so appreciative, but I want to thank each and every one of you that are here, because you're the ones that are standing for life, and you're the ones that are making the difference in helping us to make the legislation that makes all of this possible and protects the unborn. So thank you so much for this wonderful award.
Representative Tom Hunter is the chairman of the powerful House Calendars Committee. Every bill that is considered on the House floor must be placed on the agenda by the Calendars Committee. This means that every pro-life bill must go through Representative Hunter's committee. This past legislative session, the Calendars Committee worked tirelessly to ensure substantial pro-life bills were on the agenda. Those include the judicial bypass reform, end-of-life protections, training for abortion facility personnel to assist victims of human trafficking, requiring information for parents of children diagnosed with Down syndrome, and removing abortion from insurance coverage. Thank you.
Well, thank you all very much. On behalf of Corpus Christi, South Texas, and my coastal band, I'm honored to receive this award. But let's just put it in very simple perspective. Thank you, Texas Alliance for Life, and God bless life. Thank you all.
Representative Jim Keffer has been a defender of life in the Texas House of Representatives for 20 years. He has supported every pro-life bill that Texas has passed since 1997. This past session, it was Bill Keffer and his staff who worked with Texas Alliance for Life to draft 10 pro-life bills. Many were ultimately passed. Representative Keffer joint authored a bill to ban a type of lawsuit known as the wrongful birth. In this sort of a lawsuit, parents of a child with a disability assure medical providers must not be, who are not informed by their, of their child's disability, and at some point would be have a cause of action simply because they chose life. Representative Keffer also served on the conference committee that passed House Bill 1295, which requires universities who publish research to disclose the sponsors of that research. This includes organizations like the Texas Policy Evaluation Project, who consistently testify in the legislature and in the courts against pro-life initiatives. Until now, the sponsors of this organization were hidden from the public. Thank you, Representative Keffer.
Thank you. Well, thank you. We're getting down to a lot of things have already been said. At the Alliance for Life, I want to just thank for the great group you have in Austin that works with the legislature, that keeps us up to date on the facts, on all the pro-life bills that are there. I thank the Alliance, how they work so well with Kylene Wright's group, and how it's a great program and a great thrust and a great movement. But I just pray for unity. I want you to pray for unity in this effort every day, and that we can stamp out abortion and that we can change people's hearts. And that's the main thing we have to do, is change people's hearts. And I've been told if we go past 9 o'clock, we're all being docked. So y'all hurry up. Thank you.
Representative Tam Parker is the chairman of the House Republican Caucus. In this role, Representative Parker has been crucial in calling together negotiations and meetings to ensure the House has the votes to pass critical pro-life bills. Working behind the scenes was absolutely critical in passing Representative Morrison's House Bill 3995, the judicial bypass reforms, as well as Representative Springer's 3074, which protects patients' end of life. Folks, we could not have done this with Representative Tam Parker. Thank you, Tam.
Thank you, it's an honor. Well, thank you so very much. It's a tremendous honor and privilege to get this award. And I know for me, like my other colleagues in the House, there's no issue more important than protecting life. From conception to natural death, there's nothing more important. We're proud of the successes that we've had in the legislature working together, the House and the Senate, and we're proud of the future successes that will come working together. You know, at the end of the day, restoring the moral fabric of this nation is what we were elected to do in the first place. And so it's an absolute honor and privilege to fight every day to advance the culture of life in Texas. Thank you, most of all, to each of you in this room who have given over these many decades your time, your treasure, and your talent to always stand guard and fight for life. Thank you so very much. God bless you all, and God bless Texas.
Representative Drew Springer authored and passed House Bill 3074, a bill to give patients near the end of life the right to food and water, thus protecting patients from a cruel death by starvation and dehydration, while providing conscience protections to medical providers from having to provide futile treatments that inflict unnecessary pain. Representative Springer's passage of House Bill 3074 is the first victory in a more than 10-year-long effort to reform the law, which has been in place since 1999. Representative Springer was able to bring together unprecedented unity and support from the medical community, the disability community, and the pro-life community to pass this historic bill. Thank you, Representative Springer.
Thank you very much. You know, it is an honor to be recognized for this, but it was not a one-man show by any means. Texas Alliance for Life did so much to help bring everybody together in this endeavor and to really recognize that there is more to life than just the beginning. It is also how we treat people at the end of life. When I look back at my legislative career, however long that is, and only on my second session, I know that this will probably be the best piece of legislation I ever passed, and it was an honor to work with Texas Alliance for Life. Thank you.
Representative Charlie Guerin, another critical member of the two most important committees for pro-life bills, the State Affairs and the Calendars Committee. He defended and voted for all the pro-life bills that came up for a vote in the State Affairs Committee this session. And as a member of the Calendars Committee, Representative Guerin was also instrumental in ensuring that critical bills were placed on the agenda for the House to consider and vote. Most importantly, Representative Guerin is a key member when it comes to strategy on how to pass pro-life bills and gathering the needed votes at each step of the process. Representative Guerin worked diligently on the front lines and behind the scenes on pro-life issues, making the 84th legislative session one of the best we've ever had in Texas. Thank you, Representative Guerin.
Thank you. This award is very special, but the guy that really deserves the awards is Dr. Joe and his staff. They make our work so much easier. They do all the research, they support us, they stand with us when things get tough, and they deserve the hand. Thank you.
Representative Debbie Riddle is the author of House Bill 416, which Senator Campbell sponsored to require training for abortion facility personnel in identifying and assisting victims of human trafficking. Even despite a contentious vote in committee, Representative Riddle was able to get House Bill 416 passed into the House unanimously. Representative Riddle was also a member of the House Calendars Committee, which we know is a powerful committee tasked with setting every bill in the House to consider, including all pro-life bills. Thank you, Representative Debbie Riddle.
Thank you. I believe that there is something that all of us here tonight could vote unanimously on, and that is the hard work of Texas Alliance for Life and Dr. Joe Foyman. None of us, that's right, give him applause because he deserves it. Late at night, he's in the halls of the Capitol, early in the morning, doing the work, saving the lives of babies. If we took one moment, a silent moment for every child that has been lost due to abortion since Roe v. Wade, we would be silent 100 years. Texas Alliance for Life is #1 in this state for stopping that travesty. Thank you very much. God bless.
One more time, thank you to all these wonderful people who give of their time, their talents, and their heart for pro-life. Thank you.
One more round of applause for these passionate elected defenders of life.